The story starts with Touya Mochizuki. He died in an accident caused by God. He apologized to Touya for throwing lightning to the earth and accidentally killing him. Touya couldn't believe that he died at the age of 15, but he took the bad news very calmly. He asked the god what is going to happen to him now. God offered Touya to be reborn again in another world. Touya immediately agreed to his reincarnation and God wanted to grant him one wish as compensation. Touya then asked if he could take his phone to the other world but realized that he can't charge it, so God allowed him and Touya learned that in the other world he can charge his phone with magic. Touya was happy to take his phone but he thought that his phone is useless, so God explained that he can use anything like in his old life except calling people in his old world. After that, Touya was sent to another world and he immediately received a call from God. God wanted to let him know that he could use maps in the new world and everything was adjusted, so Touya was able to find the nearest town with his phone and he realized that he didn't have any money to buy food and drinks. As he was thinking about how to get money, suddenly a carriage appeared in front of him. The carriage stopped and a man who found Touya's clothes interesting got out. He wanted to buy the clothes from Touya. Touya was then allowed to ride into town with him in the carriage and he found out that the man had his own fashion shop. Touya got a lot of gold coins for his Gucci school suit. The merchant recommended the Silver Moon Inn and Touya used his maps to make his way there. Suddenly Touya heard voices that someone is in trouble. Followed we see two girls being threatened. The guys wanted to scam the twins. Touya wanted to help the two girls. Suddenly he destroyed the item and the guys got angry. They attacked Touya but he got the power of Riz, so he couldn't lose and Touya defeated the criminals easily. Then Touya paid the two girls with a gold coin for the broken item. They were very grateful and Touya learned that the two girls' names are Elsa and Lindsay. Touya introduced himself too and the girls thought he was from another place called Ishin. Touya found out that the two girls are also living in the Silver Moon Inn and they showed him the way to the inn. When they arrived at the inn, the innkeeper Micah teased her friend Elsa and asked her if they too got a boyfriend. Elsa blushed. Then Touya learned from Elsa that the two twins had an order to transport the item and the guys tried to scam them. Lindsay said that she was against the idea of taking such a dubious job from the start and Elsa said that next time they'd better take jobs from the guild. Touya overheard their conversation about the guild and asked if he could accompany them. The next day Touya accompanied the girls to the guild and he couldn't read the new world's writing at all, so he looked at the two girls and they wanted to know if he had already decided for a job. Touya confessed that he can't read at all, which surprised the two girls. Lindsay then reads an assignment and the two girls offered Touya to do an assignment with them, so they decided to carry out an order together and Touya needs some equipment. Touya then bought a sword and he also signed up as an adventurer. After that Touya and the twins fought against strong wolves. Touya saw fire magic for the first time and was amazed by Lindsay. Touya and his friends managed to complete their first assignment with ease. They were only supposed to defeat 5 unicorn wolves and they brought 6 horns to the guild. Touya wanted to keep one of the horns as a souvenir for his first job. Then their guild card was stamped with magic and they got their reward. Later they had tea together and Touya asked Elsa and Lindsay if they could teach him to read and write. Elsa suggested her sister Lindsay to Touya and she blushed. Also Touya asked if they could still teach him magic. Lindsay then explained that people without affinity cannot cast spells. Touya didn't understand everything but he was sure that he had received a high affinity from God. He was shown magic crystal with which one can strengthen magical energy lens. Then showed him how to use the magic stones and created water. Then Elsa explained that she has no water affinity and therefore could not use water magic. She also explained that everyone has a different affinity and Touya wanted to test his own affinity. He used a magic crystal and a large amount of water appeared. Touya wanted to see if he had any other affinities and they went outside. Touya tested all magic stones and all magic stones he used reacted to him. Mastering all elements, Touya learned that Lindsay was mastering only 3 elements and there has never been anyone who had 6 affinities. Then Touya discovered another magic stone and learned about null magic. Touya learned that null magics are unique magics like body enhancement magics from Elsie. Null magic is also called personal magic because not everyone can learn it. Then Touya tested it to see if he could use null magic, so he said the words gate and Touya created a portal. They then noted that Touya can use gate to create a portal to a place he's visited before, so they found out that Touya has all 7 affinities and Touya was surprised that God made him overpowered. Then Micah showed up and introduced them to Isle, who was looking for a new dish for her cafe. They asked if Touya and his friends had any ideas. The twins had no idea and asked Touya for his advice. Touya learned that she would like to make a dessert and her target audience are all women. He then told them about ice cream and they didn't know the delicious dish which Touya called. Touya then used his phone and the two girls were curious. Touya said that it is a device only he can use and he sought out the ingredients for ice cream. Then they got all the ingredients that they need to make delicious ice cream. They used ice magic and made successful ice cream. When they tasted the ice cream, everyone was surprised by the delicious taste. They loved Toya's dessert and Ale thanked Touya for showing her to make the delicious ice cream. In the morning, Touya started an assignment and he took a picture of Elsa sleeping. Also, his group were going to deliver a letter to the capital. Touya then asked the twins why they didn't take the quest to fight against a mega slime. The two twins said they hated slimes. Touya learned that slime monsters could decompose women's clothing and he visualized it how it would be look like. After that, Toya's group wanted to eat lunch. Suddenly they spotted a samurai girl fighting many criminals. She could use strong fighting techniques, but the girl was too hungry to fight. Touya supported the samurai girl and he and his friends defeated all the criminals before they got into trouble. They ran to a small alley and took the girl with them. Touya learned that the rescued girl's name is Yahi and she is from the country of Ishin. Then Yahi's stomach growled and she lost all her money to the criminals. Touya and his friends invited the samurai girl to lunch. She said that she is on a training trip and her next destination is the king's capital. Touya's group also planned to travel to the capital, so Elsa asked if she would like to travel to the capital together. They then drove to the capital together in a carriage and Elsa was happy that Yahi was there too. Meanwhile, Touya learned more about null magic and he learned that most null magic are useless because they were created by amateurs. Then Touya discovered a spell to draw distant objects into his hands, so Touya tested the new spell and he managed to get Yahi's hairband on his hand. Lindsay noted that it's a useful spell, but he could have done nasty things with it too. He said that he could also use his newfound magic to steal girls' panties. The two twins got scared at the thought and Touya said it was just a joke. After that, he tested another spell that expands his senses. As a result, Touya could smell something suspicious far away. Touya smelled blood and they discovered that people were being attacked by evil monsters. Touya and his friends immediately fought the monsters and Yahi tripped over a rock. A monster appeared and Touya used a spell to save Yahi. Then more monsters appeared and Touya admired how the girls fought the monsters. Suddenly a monster tried to sneakily attack Touya and he was rescued by Lindsay. More and more monsters appeared and a magician summons more lizard monsters. This is how the summoner was discovered by Touya and he used his spell named Slip to incapacitate the summoner. Touya and his friends managed to defeat the enemies. Suddenly a little girl called for help because her servant was injured deadly. Lindsay couldn't heal the man because an arrow was stuck in his chest, so Touya used his null magic and was able to remove the arrow. Also, Touya healed the servant named Lime. Afterwards, Lime thanked them and Touya's group learned that the little girl is the Duke's daughter and her name is Sushi. So Elsa and the others bowed and Touya learned that Sushi belonged to the royal family. Sushi said that she is the Majesty's niece and also they don't have to talk so politely with her. Touya and his friends found out that they were attacked by bandits on the way to the capital. Then Lime wanted to hire Touya's group as an escort and also reward them after their arrival in the capital. So Touya escorted Sushi to her estate in the capital of the kingdom. Sushi's father was happy that his daughter was unharmed and thanked Touya for saving Sushi. Then Touya learned from Duke Alfred that his wife fell ill 5 years ago and she went blind as a result. Also, the Duke said that Sushi was on a journey to find a magician who could cure his wife's illness. Unfortunately, they didn't find a person who can use the appropriate null magic. Suddenly the friends of Touya realized that Touya could cure the illness of Sushi's mother, so Touya copied a zero magic that cured any disease. After that, Ellen was able to see her family again and was cured of her illness. Touya's friends were also happy that Touya's healing spell was working. As a result, the Duke wanted to give the adventurer Touya a reward. He received 40 platinum coins and when he realized how much money he got, he's shocked at the amount of money. In addition, Albert gifted Touya and his friends 4 coins with the symbol of the royal family. So Touya ended his assignment in the capital and Yahi wanted to continue traveling with Touya. In the days that followed, Touya discovered a crying girl. She told him that she was separate from her friends. Touya showed her his phone and he used maps to find her big sister. So Touya did a good deed and Arma's big sister thanked him for helping her little sister. After that, Touya's group then split up to buy supplies for their onward journey. Touya was late and he bought a new coat. As a result, the girl said he looks good in his new clothes, which made him blush. The next day, 2 men were playing Shogi. Touya created a Shogi board a few days before and the 2 men at the inn were addicted to the game. Then Touya was asked to produce another Shogi board. After that, Elsa and Yahi showed up with a big bag full of desserts they had bought. Far too many desserts, so Touya teleported himself to the Duke's mansion with the magic gate spell and he gifted the Duke with some desserts. The Duke's family loved Toya's gift. Also, Touya showed Duke Albert the game of Shogi. Sushi was angry because she wanted to play too, but her father said her turn will come later. Sushi got angry because she is bored and she complained to Touya. In addition, she teased Touya and she tickled him. Then Touya played Shogi with the Duke until late at night, because Albert also became addicted to the game Shogi. The next day Touya showed the quest about the mega slimes and the girls refused immediately. They said they hate slimy and sticky things. Then we see Touya's group in a ruin fighting a Dark Knight. Yahi and Elsa's teamwork was perfect and they managed to overpower the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight then attempted a sneak attack, but Lindsay froze the Dark Knight's legs. In the end, Touya attacked and they defeated the Dark Knight together as a team. After defeating the monster, Touya used his search spell and he could sense a historical treasure under a huge rock. Lindsay used an explosion spell and destroyed the huge rocks around the area. Then they found an underground entrance that led to a cave. Elsie and Yahi were afraid of ghosts and they hid behind Touya. As they walked on, they saw ancient writing and Touya decided to take a picture with his phone. Then he photographed the stone wall and Elsa discovered an earth magic stone. Touya wanted to perform magic in the stone and the girls made a big safe distance from Touya. As the earth magic stone absorbed magic, a secret door opened to a mysterious statue. Touya looked at the statue and noticed that the statue was made of glass. Suddenly Lindsay's light magic faded. Touya's friends noticed Lindsay's magic being absorbed. Then the glass statue awoke and he transformed into a crystal bug. The cave collapsed and Touya used a portal to escape with his friends. After that, the monster made an explosion and he tried to hunt Touya and his friends, so Lindsay attacked with fire magic and the magic was absorbed by the monster. Yahi then attacked with her sword and the shell was too hard. As the next one, Elsa also tried to destroy the monster's skin, but they had no chance. The girls didn't know what to do anymore and Touya used a spell to throw the monster away. The monster was then attacked with ice magic and the twins attacked together. As a result, Elsa managed to destroy the legs of the monster and suddenly it started to glow. The monster regenerated himself and immediately injured Elsa. Elsa was badly injured and Touya instantly healed her while the monster was distracted by Lindsay and Yahi. After that, Touya thought of a plan to defeat the monster. He then told Elsa about his plan and he faced the monster. Then Touya stole the crystal from the monster with a spell and Elsa was able to destroy the monster's core with a single punch. Touya was able to defeat the strong monster with his friends and they wanted to report the story to the Duke. After that, Albert learned about the mysterious monsters of the kingdom ruins. He couldn't believe everything and Touya also showed him pictures of the writings in the ruins. In the evening they returned to the Silver Moon Inn and Touya used drawing magic to produce copies of his photos. The next day he teleports back to Duke Albert's estate. Suddenly Touya learned that the king had been poisoned and Albert asked Touya to cure the illness of his brother.
And that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss new video.